Black Widow knows how to beat meat with her magic fingers.
I want content which relieves thirst and is funny, while also giving great life shortcuts, saving years of needless effort, and making more appreciate favorite character. Otherwise the content wastes time. If you do not wish to feed your homework to a dog after watching my video, then I have failed you. Having ambitious goals like these is nice and all, but ideas are cheap. Words are hollow if you cannot turn them into reality. That is why the real magic is in execution. So let me show you my holy trinity of great content. The first pillar is great comedy, because it makes content consumption as easy as a thirsty super slut. The underlying principle of comedy is to surprise, by finding unexpected connections or subverting them. Such as Agent Twilight is a great cosplayer, and Anya has weaponized being kidnapped. Although comedy can be subjective, I use statistics to tailor content to my viewers. The majority are males, from 18 to 44, who are into dubbed romantic manga. That is why I add sexual innuendos, if not over-the-top spicy content, like how Giga Chad swim. Sadly, after watching even a very enjoyable comedy, you may feel guilty, because you have nothing to show for it. You have not learned anything useful or done something productive. Not on my watch. This channel has you covered. That is why the second pillar is so important, teaching you useful life skills to make your life better. Moreover, cutting out the filler. My problem with many self-help channels is that they address the surface level stuff, consequences, not the underlying mechanisms, causes. Such as making a video, 10 qualities of a perfect partner, without addressing the underlying truth. Looking for a perfect partner is a trick the ego uses to protect itself, because it is scared of failure. According to the ego, you can never fail if you never try. But it is very flawed thinking, because never trying, you fail to get opportunities for growth. Even if somebody will find a person who will meet all demands, it might take a long time, and the perfect partner might not find that person desirable. So while ones are looking for perfect partners, not gaining experience points, others are having relationships with good enough partners. They gain experience points and level up their pickup game, understand own blind spots, which need to improve to be better partners, and overall become more confident. So even if they break up, they have become much more attractive, better understand what want from partners, have higher mental resilience, due to understanding that even if they break up, all will be good. Also, nobody is perfect. What much more matters in relationships is compatibility and communication. For example, Yor is so terrible at cooking that her dishes are considered a chemical weapon, so Lloyd picks up the slack. Meanwhile, Lloyd is afraid to attach to people due to deep mental scars. That is why for him it's hard to show genuine love. Luckily, Yor has his back, such as genuinely praising Anya's cuteness for hours, and their deep respect for each other, even when they disagree on something, is a thing of beauty. Also, purely informative content feels like a chore, which creates a desire to avoid, postpone it as much as possible. Due to much more stimulating alternatives, it is hard to concentrate on such content, and with that, difficult to remember. That is why the first pillar is so important in covering the second pillar's shortcomings. As a bonus, comedy makes information stand out, which is why it is much easier to memorize the info. But if you remember, this is a threesome. The second pillar is so thick that one pillar is needed for each cheek in order to cover its back. The third pillar, pop culture, makes information to remember even easier, because it connects with already existing information. Remembering is like building a bridge, so you want to build it on the narrowest part between two shores, between what you already know and what wish to remember. Also makes the content more enjoyable, because it adds to what you are already invested into. I mainly use Spy Family, because it is currently very popular, while relatively little covered, especially with analytic content. Also covers very various themes, including very unexplored ones in anime, such as relationships after getting together or being a great parent. Lloyd and Yor act like a real married couple, even though they have not gotten physical, at least in the canon, if you know what I mean. Also, because I watched this anime with my grandma, and love to show her how Spy Family is deeper than she thinks. Still, the channel can be even better. That is why I am so grateful for your feedback, such as the voice. I tried to use my real voice, but for a part of viewers it was too difficult to understand, due to the voice having a too thick accent. That is why text-to-speech software has been used, and as great commenters have pointed out, the software can be better calibrated. I am aware that text-to-speech software can be very lacking in delivering jokes, due to the lack of correct emphases. That is why if you wish to know how a budget increase would affect the channel, then check out a teaser for my upcoming collaboration with TheeSteeww.
Luckily for you, Black Widow knows how to beat meat with her magic fingers. And Captain Westalis here is a man with a plan, which is always crazy enough to succeed. Like that time he beat up an armed man with a canned fish. Never take a gun to a food fight. But even the Black Widow cannot always sneak up to the target, because the clapping of her cheeks is too loud.
Also, degenerate comedy might not be for everybody, especially if somebody else sees what you are watching, or a video has given you great advice, but the video is too horny to recommend it to others. Still, I wish to create a sex-positive environment for various people, because the channel's goal is to see life from various perspectives. That is why if I objectify women in a video, then try to do the same with men, and vice versa. Also, there is a hidden genius. Before going to sleep is the best time to learn things, because your brain saves memories for the long term during the night. Also, I dare that concentration levels on the video are heightened, improving memorization even more. Still, if enough people want horny-free videos, I could post them on a separate channel. Also, some content is vastly better than other, because I am constantly experimenting. One video might be much more comedic, while the other with deeper analysis, because trying different things helps to gain new tools to improve videos. Of course, sometimes there are off weeks, when mind fog allows to make only a short basic video, while other times I am so full of hype and energy, that I make a masterpiece, which blows my mind. Still, even when I do not feel like it, I force myself to post videos weekly, to keep the momentum of the habit, now going on for more than 9 months. Hope you see the logic behind the madness, and you will join this adventure by contributing with your feedback in order to make even better the content.